CULTUS BLACK. Hey man, what's up? Haven't talked in a while. April 2022 was the last time. It's
Damn, it's been a minute, huh?
been,
2022. How many years is that? 23, 24, 25, 3?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
count sometimes.
yeah, cool, cool. So the band started what, 2019, and you made the splash from You Make Me Sick, the first song.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I
Cool.
think it was right before COVID. So yeah, if I'm not badly mistaken, yeah, it was about 2019. Yeah.
Definitely. So in the early days when you first started the band, did you have auditions or were these friends of yours, or how'd the band get together?
It was they weren't really well. One of the guys was somebody that I knew from the scene that had been around for a while, and I had been so kind of removed from the local scene
Right.
for a while in Raleigh in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd been on tour with other bands and stuff. So I just hadn't been in the scene for a while. So I was kind of removed from it, but he was like my connection to the local scene. So he knew some people and kind of had auditions, I guess you could say, but it was like a closed door thing. Like I didn't go posting online or anything.
Right.
I don't ever like doing that. I like to be more just, what is it? Uh, uh, what is the word's jumping right out of my head, but not,
Right.
I don't post stuff like openly online.
Right. Yeah.
Word of mouth. There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
So yeah, but we kind of had auditions. Like I talked to a few people, but it was a short list.
Right, yeah. Cool. Cool. Now your debut came out in 2023, self-titled.
Yeah.
Cool. 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 I've been listening to a lot of the songs that were pretty recent and stuff like that, like House of Straws, which is amazing single, which I love. To me, it seems like I don't know if you want to call it more commercial than your earlier stuff. Like I Am Not is also a little bit more commercial than your earlier stuff. Is that the direction you wanted to go into?
Well, I know you mentioned that one was kind of interesting because we went out on a limb a little bit on that one because we worked with our friends in Twisted, which they are rappers really, and so we had them on the song, Jamie in particular, and so that was kind of a new flavor for us that we hadn't really done.
Right,
And some of our fans are skeptical about that whenever before we released it. But I think it's I don't know, I think it's fun to explore, you know, different sounds and like try different things.
right, yeah,
And the Twisted guys were cool and I don't know, it made sense to us. So we did that. So that was a little bit different. House of Straw was a song that I went and worked with Kyle O'Dell down in Tennessee.
uh,
And he came highly recommended and knew a lot of other people that had worked with him. So went and did that song with him, and I think it turned out well. I know you're saying it's like a little more commercial, I guess.
right,
That's not necessarily a direction. It's kind of like I said, like we do a lot of different stuff and like try different sounds. And I am and always have been a big fan of like catchy, clean vocals.
right,
And so that's kind of permeated all of our music. Like there's a couple of songs that are like You Made Me Sick has no cleans.
right,
But most of them have clean vocals. So it just depends on the mood and just where the song takes you. But some songs are going to be more clean vocals, some are going to be more screaming.
right.
We're working on basically an EP right now, which I don't know where it's going to go. It may end up being a full length album. But we got 5 songs that we're working on right now. And, it's the same principle. Some are heavier than others,
Yeah.
so
Is that EP planned for this year?
it definitely won't come out this year. I can say that it won't be out this year. It's been a kind of a long, hard road because um, about this time last year is when I was like, okay, we really need new music. And I started talking to the guys about more seriously trying to write
Right,
what was going to be next. And I really wanted to release something last October, and it just didn't happen.
right,
And with all the time that it's been taking for us to write,
right,
I was like, well, you know what? screw it. Let's just do a whole a group of songs instead of chasing our tail and like doing a song and then releasing it and then being like, okay, we got to rush and do the next one.
Right.
Let's just kind of kick back, do a whole group of songs, and figure out what we're going to do with them. Like realistically, we're probably going to take these 5 or 6 songs and try to shop them to labels and managers and stuff like that,
Right.
like we did to begin with, because that's what we did with the first album. We made this whole album, we made music videos and everything, and then we shopped it around. Nobody really took us because we were new and we had no sort of history, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to get a record label or anybody like that with money to put money into something that has no history.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think now maybe that we've got some history behind us and we've proven that we can draw some and we've toured and we've done the whole 9 yards, that maybe we'll have a little bit better luck. So we're working on this group of songs. We're probably going to shop it around, and that's going to kind of dictate where we go from there. Like if nobody bites or we don't get any offers that we like,
Right.
then we'll just self-release. And that's when you'll start seeing stuff come out by us one at a time.
Right.
Or if a label or somebody gets behind us, then they're going to more dictate the pace of when the stuff comes out.
Right.
But there'll be more money behind it. So it'll be more advertising and more everything else, in theory. So, but that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay. Now I was watching some of the video from Michigan Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think you guys posted something today. I was watching it a little bit. Is there like a full set on video?
I didn't even know that video existed until today, but that was the Glass Kings guys,
Yeah.
Two Glass.
Uh-huh.
What is the name of their deal? Is Two
I know
Glass?
it's Glass something. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to go find it right now because
Yeah.
I like to know. I would like to give them a shout out. But some of those guys were around the whole night, and they took some video, and I wasn't even aware that it had happened.
I liked it. I liked it. It was
Yeah, I
great.
thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So there may be more of that, but if it is, I haven't seen it yet. But I thought that video was really cool. So that's why I had shared it, because I was like, hey, this is cool. Looks good.
Yeah, I was hoping for the rest of it. It's only like a piece of the video, and I was really getting into it, and then it just cut. I'm sure they got the whole thing, So
Yeah, you would think they probably had recorded more than that, but
right, yeah.
I can't say for certain what all they have.
Wow. Now, being in a support band compared to what you're going to go out on October as a headline act, how much different will it be? More time on stage or what?
We're definitely going to have a little bit more time on stage and kind of be able to, dictate that. Like if we want to go over, in theory we can.
Right.
Yeah, we're definitely have more time on stage. It's going to be 45 minutes to an hour instead of 25 to 30 minutes,
Right, yeah. Do you change the setup? I think you're only playing about 10, 15 dates. There'll be more after that?
No, this is it. It's kind of just a short little headlining run, just to kind of prove that we have a draw in some markets. It kind of goes with like what I said before. It's Two Kings Glass, by the way. I knew
Okay,
it was
cool.
Kings, and I kept saying, I'm like, Two Kings, blown glass Kings. Two Kings Glass, that's what it is. But yeah, props to those guys. They do a great job with everything that they do. They have a shop and everything too, where you can buy blown glass, but that's a whole other story. But anyways, also we touched on Michigan Metal Fest for a second there. Love that festival. We've done it for the past 3 years. And 3 years ago they were the first festival really that gave us a chance, that because they like to have younger bands and smaller bands come, like local bands to their area. It's in Michigan.
Right.
But they have a lot of like bands that we're friends with and stuff that are kind of like up and coming bands or like regional bands and stuff like that.
Right.
They go play that festival. But of course they also have bigger bands, like Dying Fetus was one of the headliners this year. Mushroom Head's been there, and I think Devil Driver did it one year, but some bigger bands too. but it's just really cool that they actually give a chance to the smaller bands to come and prove themselves and play in front of their audience. And so I always have respect for those guys. Steve is great. Maple, he's the guy that runs the thing. But yeah, third year in a row. We actually weren't supposed to be on it this year,
Right.
but Raven Black ended up getting sick, and so they put us in her spot because we're friends with Raven, and of course we wish her well. Um, but yeah, so that was that. And what else? You we touched on that, and then we moved on to you were talking about the
Uh,
tour, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
was the Autumn Horror Roadshow.
yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's only a few dates because we're just kind of hitting some of the markets that we do really well in. Maybe we'll do a second leg over in the West Coast because we got a lot of West Coast fans too. But right now, this one is just kind of the Midwest, East Coast kind of deal. Starts in Harrisburg, PA on October 3rd.
okay, yeah. Cool, cool. And you're doing about 10 days?
It's something like that, yeah. It starts on the 3rd and ends on the 11th. So
Cool.
I know that the 11th show, October 11th, is in our hometown here actually. And it's the first time that we've played in Raleigh in like 2 years.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So that's going to be kind of a little bit of a homecoming kind of deal for us. And my goal is to sell out all the shows, but especially that one. I think we can definitely sell it out, and I think that looks really good on us. If we go out and do our first little headlining show, we sell out venues. I think speaks well of our fans and that the fact that people are connecting.
Cool, cool. Can you tell me anything about the Michigan Metal Fest, the venue, how big it is, or
It's an outdoor
so it's
thing.
pretty big.
It's like a park out there, and I can't. I literally just type in Michigan Metal Fest on Google, and it takes me there. So I can't remember the name of the like little park area that it's in,
Right.
but yeah, it's an outdoor festival, and they've got two stages.
Uh-huh.
This year was the first year that they did it for 2 nights in a row. It's usually just been on Saturday, but they did Friday and Saturday, which we headlined the Friday night. But yeah, so it's cool. They're growing, and
Uh-huh.
we support those guys. They've always supported us. So.
Cool, cool. Can you tell me any merchandise you have available?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody out there would like to buy some Cultus Black merch, you can go to cultusblack.com, and we have all of our info on there. But there's merchandise in there. We have a new shirt that we released on this like last tour.
Right.
It's like we call it the Raven shirt, but it's got a raven on it. Cultus Black is black and white. It's a cool shirt. That's the newest one that we have.
Uh-huh.
We might have maybe another design before we go out on the headline tour. Actually, I would love to do like a tour shirt with the dates on it. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll do that.
Cool.
But that's it. We got the album. I will say, I don't know how many people watch your stream that are from North Carolina, but the people that are in North Carolina that are coming to the hometown show, if they buy a ticket to the show online, we're giving away a free limited edition poster
Right.
with the ticket, and
Uh,
we're printing only 200 of those, and we're
wow.
not going to print any more. So
Yeah.
that'll be a cool collector's item for people that are big fans or just sell it on eBay
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. If they sell out there, all the people who couldn't go are going to be disappointed,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Because I'm a collector. I'm a collector of them kind of posters myself.
Yeah.
Like when I go to shows, I look for guitar picks and posters. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
that's
Yesterday was Dog Day, Pet Day. I think on
it
National.
was Dog Day. I think it was yesterday, and
Right.
we were upset. We forgot about it, and we didn't get him anything special for Dog
Well, you
Day.
got them
But
now. You got them now, right? So,
he gets treats every day. So,
uh, yeah,
but
my dog too. I got to make him breakfast. Yeah,
yeah,
you know. So,
yeah,
yeah, they're part of the family. You know.
absolutely, he is. He's kind of the king of the household.
Cool, cool. So what was the biggest highlight since 2019 to now?
Oh God, I don't know. We've had a couple of highlights. One of the big ones, of course, was touring with Static X, Fear Factory, Mushroom Head, all those guys. That tour was phenomenal. you know, I always say I can't say enough good things about it because it was a fantastic tour. We were playing in front of sold out crowds at like House of Blues and, you know, larger venues every night. You know, I wish we could have followed up on that on another big tour, and we did a couple, but you know, I don't know, it's hard because we just have never gotten like signed to a major booking agency or anything like that. So it's been DIY the whole time. But that tour was fantastic. That was a highlight. Playing in Wisconsin with them to a sold out crowd at the Eagles Ballroom, which was like, I think it was like around 5,000 people. I'm not sure how
Wow.
big that room is, but it was something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, which is, you know, Wisconsin is a big deal for Static X, and you had the Wisconsin Death Trip and everything. So that was super cool. Big highlight. Playing at Incarceration Festival year before last was a big deal for us because that was one of our goals, was to get into the festival circuit.
Right.
And going out there and playing, we played early in the day, but we lucked out because that crowd, I guess the main stage hadn't started yet. I don't know, but there was a sea of people out there. Like, I still don't know how many people were there. I think they said there was over 100,000 people for
Wow.
the weekend.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how many people were there when we played, but you could not see the end of them. Like,
Wow. That's great, man.
there's just a sea of people, you know. And I feel like we did really well. You know, we got a lot of really good, you know, responses from that. They tend to skip a year, so we didn't
Uh-huh.
play this past year, but I'm hoping we'll be back next year. So if anybody out there, you know, wants to request us for Incarceration Fest or any of the festivals, please do let them know you want to see us. But yeah, so those were two really big highlights for me personally.
Cool, cool. You have anything else coming up, like a new video or anything coming?
No, you know, like I said, we have that tour and starting on October 3rd. But and again, you can go to our website to find the tour dates and everything. It's also on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. But we don't have any music coming out right now, like I said, because we're working on that new EP. You know, 5, 6 songs. But I'm not in a rush to just release stuff just to release it. You know, I was in that mindset a year ago, but it's already taken so long. Said, screw it. We're just going to get all of our shit together and make sure it's right, like we did in the beginning. So nothing right now, but there will be something coming. I'm sure something will come out next year. As to when next year, I don't know. But also, I've been kicking around some ideas for some stuff to maybe release before the end of the year. It wouldn't be any of our album stuff or EP stuff,
Right,
but I have some ideas on some things that I want to try.
right.
So there might be something before the end of the year. And it might be a new song, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, El, it was great talking to you, and I appreciate the chat, and congratulations on your success. Would you like to
Thank
say
you, sir.
anything? Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Well, I guess thank you for your support. You know, it's you know, and you too, you know, it's cool to visit you again here,
Uh,
you know, 3 years later.
yeah.
But you know, as far as the fans and our friends and cult members, weirdos, you know, we have lots of names for them.
Uh-huh.
But it I a couple of tours ago, because we toured with Combat Christ and we toured with Vampires Everywhere and a few different bands in the past couple of years. And when we go out and we visit these different markets, these different states in the
Uh,
country, and we just see more and more Cultus Black shirts and people showing up, bringing friends, you know, it means a lot to us and it kind of validates what we're doing. You know, when we can go out and we can see, hold on, because like when we were first going, I'm like, well, we don't really draw enough to be a headlining act. And this is also part of the reason why this tour is happening.
right.
But whenever I go out and I start seeing, maybe we do, like we
Yeah.
draw as much as any of these other bands that we're touring with that are headlining, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Uh,
So that I would like to thank all the fans and friends and everybody that has stuck with us, that are keep coming out the shows and support us like that. Cause it, you know, we wouldn't be doing a headlining tour if it wasn't for that.
right.
And we wouldn't be doing anything really if it wasn't for them buying our stuff and listening to us and believing in Cultus Black. So, you know, much love.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Al.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.